What's going on, guys? It's Tim. You're here at Stock Picks by Tim. And small cap started seeing a nice little green day in the beginning, and then we just started taking it all back. A lot of these small caps are at 52-week lows. We're going to go over a couple. We're also going to go over earnings here, and we're going to look at TradingView's heat map. Now, if you get something useful out of this, make sure you like and subscribe. I do put out daily videos, and I definitely appreciate your support. And also, don't forget the links below. Free stocks, free crypto, and BlockFi's credit card. Definitely recommend you check it out. Now, first off, let's look at TradingView's heat map. Now, as you can see on TradingView's heat map, everything is kind of mixed. We've got a little bit of green, a little bit of red. Tech is kind of all over the place. But let's look at our small caps and see what's going on here. But before we get into our small caps, I just want to tell you guys that Facebook's releasing their earnings here today. And we've also got some other names releasing. We've got Boeing. That'll give us an idea of travel. We've got a lot of mortgage companies, Meritage Homes, M1 Homes. We've got PayPal reporting earnings. That's going to be a big one. Definitely keep an eye on that one. I will be watching for that. And also Qualcomm. This will give us an idea about the semiconductor industry, and this is going to be right before Indi's earnings. Indi's earnings is coming up very soon here. And looking at Indi, despite a lot of companies making new 52-week lows today, Indi is holding up well. And you'll see that it is consistently creating higher lows. I'm definitely loving Indi on the chart here. And it's doing this coming into earnings. It's doing this coming into earnings, so this is great. I am definitely okay with accumulating under $7, and I honestly think long term it's good to add under 10. But, you know, just being right now that we're under $7, I see it as a golden opportunity. And they are expecting some great revenue guidelines. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Stick around. I will be covering Indi's earnings when it does come out, and I'll be the first to let you know what happens. Now, as for another stock that's got earnings coming out, Cleanspark. And I have told you guys that I expect the revenue to be anywhere from about 50 to 55 million. That's what I've gathered out of their mining updates over January, February, March. Now looking at on the RSI, we are oversold. And yesterday we were actually heavily oversold. We started kind of having a recovery this morning and just started taking it all back. But we are still in that oversold range. And honestly, I see this as a great time to add. I think Wall Street's messing with this one. They know the earnings is coming up. Last time earnings came up, this was kind of near that same range. But I don't think they're paying attention to what the actual numbers were. We actually had a profitable quarter. The revenue is continuing to increase. It's been like, what, 5-6 consistent quarters that our revenue has been increasing, and it seems to be continuing. So I'm extremely bullish on Cleanspark. I'm very confident in this one, and I'm going to be adding this fear. And if this does come down to the new low, the 52-week low, I find it extremely unlikely that this would come towards 550. Although now, seeing it where it's at, I guess it's possible to come towards 6. I mean, this has just been continuing down. I honestly think, personally, that it's overreacting. But you might want to wait until after earnings, just in case, because there is definitely risk here. And in this market, no one's willing to take risk. Everything is selling off before earnings. No one's willing to just take that leap. No one wants to take that risk. Right now, we are not in a market that wants to give. We are in a market that wants to take. And as for another one reporting earnings here, we've got Matterport, mttr, and I haven't mentioned this one in a couple of days here. I'm fully built out on my position. This one, sure enough, is creating new 52-week lows, coming up towards earnings. A lot of fear in this one. Now, the candles say it's a falling knife. The RSI, it's getting near oversold. Not there yet. It could continue a little further down. I personally don't expect it. You know, we could definitely chop around as we get closer to earnings, though. I don't expect a huge run up until after earnings, potentially, if there was to be a run. Just know that over the next couple days, Matterport's likely going to continue sideways, chop around here. I don't see it recovering extremely high until after earnings if we get some good news there. And they are expected to report May 10th. So as for the revenue, they're expecting about 27.5 million. Last quarter, they got 27 million, so if they can just barely beat their last quarter revenue, that would be looking good. Their EPS expectation is worse than this quarter. They reported negative 10 cents. What's expected this time is going to be 14 cents loss. I think personally that they have a pretty good beatable expectation, and I expect them to potentially beat this. Revenue basically just has to do what they did last quarter. EPS can do a little worse than they did last quarter. What I really want to see with Matterport is that they give some good guidance, because that's mainly what caused this to sell off in the first place. Last time they gave our earnings, they didn't give the best future guidance. So I want to see some good future guidance with Matterport, and that's going to be very important. Alright guys, this was just a quick video for you. I got somewhere to go, but stay tuned. I will be putting another video out here later today, and I'll likely touch on what happened with some of the companies today for earnings. But thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.